All right. This is a real quick video of what little stuff that I read earlier today. I'm just gonna go through it real quick, like I always do. Thanks for listening, guys. I read Sex Criminals. I remember back in the day, I read this a graphic novel, not the graphic novel, but a novel, like one or two of these. I remember it being really good, but I never read the first issue. Again, very awesome. I went through this Little Bird, number 1 and number 2. This is really good. The art, of course, is fantastic. The whole premise of it, the whole world building and all this other stuff was really good. The actual character, the Little Bird, man, she is badass. A lot of it's action in the very first issue and the second issue. Very good. Very, very, very good. I'm glad I picked that up. And also, this was the second printing. So I did luck out, but I didn't get luck out that good in the first one. All right, I remember telling you about the sixth gun. I remember reading this. I don't know if I read. I remember reading the first book or 2 books. I think there's 6 books out there that all together. Man, this is really good. From what I remember, I thought it was about one particular gun, but it's about 6 guns. And each one of the guns has a special power. One of them makes you see the future or see what you want to see. The other one kind of makes you live for a long time. The other one, you can control the dead. The other one shoots poison. The other one shoots fire. I forgot what particularly the 6th gun does, but it gives you all the powers. And if you possession of it with all 6 guns, you can control like the faith. And this goes into in and out of dimensions and all this other stuff. I went through this really quickly just to remind myself how cool it was. Man, this shit is awesome. The cast of characters is really good. This reads like a TV show, like a movie you would get into. How they talk is very good, man. It has that Western vibe. It's just really overall good. I really highly recommend this story, and or if you could get issues, I'm gonna be looking for the whole graphic novel for this. Or if I had to buy them separately, I'm going to do that. But badass. Also, I remember saying that I ran into this for $1 each. It was a 4-part series. It's called The Unseen Hand. First of all, this is really good. I think this was made in '96. I read the first. I got first printing. This is not a very famous story, but man, this was on some ill stuff, man. This is about controversy. It's really quick. It's about the small percentage of people that control the economy. A lot of the stuff they were talking about is what we could relate to today. It took a crazy ass turn, but it has to do with this particular character that thought he knew his family, but he finds out the real truth and he has to go on a mission. And it kind of just begins at a certain point and it ends at that same point. It was really good. The art's good. The way that they drew it, the composition really stood out. Again, this was back in the '96, and there was a lot of stuff that's going on in '96 that I didn't really realize. And man, it was just good. It wasn't a boring. There was a lot of dialogue here and there, but it was an easy read. Like back in the days, between like I think '85 and '95, a lot of the stories back then were just too wordy, just too talking too much, and it just get you out of it. But this wasn't like that. Very good. And the last thing I'll talk about is Injection. This was really good. I think there's I don't know how many parts, maybe 12 issues or 18, 20, I don't know. But this was really good. This came out back in 2015. This reminded me of the show called Fringe, if you know what Fringe is. But it has to do with something like in the England or Great Britain type, that little area, where a group of 5 people. One of them's like a science guy. Another one is like a secret agent. The other one's a detective. The other one is, I forgot what it is, a scientist or something like that. Real special scientist. But it's about the scientist and this one particular character. I can't remember his name, but he is like a wizard. And it has to do with modern time. What they do is they make a biological intelligence that has no consciousness, but puts consciousness into it by putting it out into the internet, and then years later it backfires on it, and then it's trying to reach out to them by making fantasy reality into real reality. So they had to deal with this shit. And there's a bunch of murders, there's a bunch of action. It's really good. The cast of characters is really good. It's funny. Its art is really good. The composition is good. The color is really good. The little action they show, it's really good. Also, this is reminds me of that TV show Fringe. So if you're into that weird stuff like that, it's really good. And then this with particular issue, that's the issue, it's upside down. And yeah, this is really good. If I would recommend this as a good read. So that's all I got for now. I'll talk to y'all later.